Welcome back to number one, Reality Junkie, where I take my reality TV junk and I dump it right on you. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you follow us on the socials. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Also, I just wanted to give a special shout out to all those who have commented on the first few videos. It is beyond appreciative. Some awesome words back there, some great feedback, and some great conversation. So keep the comments coming. I love it, and I look forward to responding to more comments there in the future for sure. But anyway, you guys see the thumbnail. You know what we're getting ready to talk about. The downfall of Tom Girardi Part 3, Tom's disturbing voicemail, other attorneys under fire, and Erika Jayne seems unbothered. So look, more disturbing details are coming out about the Girardi lawsuit, and just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, it does. The Financial Times article from January 6th outlines even more details that frankly continue to dig both Tom and Erika into a hole. The article states that Tom Girardi's law firm, Girardi Keese, website advertised, quote, "We treat our clients like family," end quote. Now, I attempted to go to the website to be able to show you guys the quote verbatim. However, the website has been taken down in lieu of the mounting legal woes. But you can see right here in the search where it was definitely a part of the site's advertising, which to me is unbelievable. We talk about families, the families of those victims, your family who's being implicated. There's so much here. So we're definitely going to delve into it now. So speaking of family, the article does touch on some pretty interesting information about David Lira, who happens to be Tom Girardi's son-in-law and previous attorney at the crumbling Girardi Keese law firm. Now, we referenced David Lira in my first video, Tom Girardi. Multiple people tried to warn him. He was one of the folks who did try to warn him, and he in fact left the law firm. But I delved into that a little bit in that video, so make sure you guys check out part 1 to the downfall of Tom Girardi series, which talks about that. But nonetheless, he has been called out along with Keith Griffin, who is also an attorney at Girardi Keese law firm, by Edelson PC. Now, Edelson PC is a Chicago-based law firm which initially partnered with the Girardi Keese law firm on behalf of the plane crash victim's family, specifically for Lion Air Flight 610, which crashed off the Indonesian coast back in October 29th, 2018. Extremely sad. There were children on board, and unfortunately, there were no survivors. So Edelson PC was the one who partnered with Girardi Keese law firm to get the victims their settlement. Now, a little bit on Edelson PC. Now, PC, public corporation. So Edelson, I'm just going to say Edelson law firm, or Edelson. So Edelson is known for being the first law firm to sue Facebook in a class action settlement in the state of Illinois. The settlement hearing was actually held yesterday, January 7th. And for more information on the class action suit, visit Facebook-IPA-ClassAction.com. But back to this situation here. Now, Edelson believes that both David Lira and Keith Griffin should be held in civil contempt of court, stating they, quote, covered up Girardi's wrongdoing for months, end quote, specifically in the Lion Air case. Now, both Mr. Lira and Mr. Griffin have declined to comment, but both have argued that they were not aware of Tom's handling of the settlement funds. So we go back to the tagline, "We treat our clients like family." Now, here his actual family, because remember, David Lira is married to Tom Girardi's daughter. So his son-in-law is being implicated in this as well as some of the other lawyers there at the firm. And that has got to be devastating for the family. Imagine Tom Girardi's daughter, David Lira's wife, caught in the middle of this debacle that frankly could have been prevented. I definitely encourage you to check out the first video because I do delve into how they tried to warn him. And frankly, it's just really sad to hear that now he is being implemented. Now, you can look at it one of two ways. We can look at it as if, okay, David Lira made multiple attempts to try to warn him. He then ended up leaving the law firm. So we can look at it as, look, he tried to warn him. I can't take this anymore. I'm leaving. I don't agree with what you're doing. It's immoral. We can look at it that way, or we can turn around and look at it from another perspective, of course, playing devil's advocate. he could have known, he could have tried, but didn't really do much, knowing that maybe he couldn't do more, and decided to jump ship while the boat was sinking. So it could be looked at, both ways, but of course, it's for the courts to handle and come to a determining factor. Now, also, in this article by the Financial Times, they also reference a voicemail. Now, apparently, Tom Girardi reached out to Edelson and left them a voicemail. Now, here's the thing. Being a lawyer and knowing that you're doing wrongdoing, you're going to leave an actual voice message? That really shocked me. And it took me back to also mention his mental capacity, as his lawyer is saying that he may be mentally incapable of handling a trial, things like that. Mentally, where is your mind to think that you can leave a voicemail on a law firm's voice message system? And basically, and I'm going to quote what he said on this voicemail, because this is interesting. Quote, "We screwed up here a little bit. We had 3 different air crashes, and they got a little screwed up. I'm so sorry, this never happened before," end quote. Now, this is very interesting. He left a voicemail on a law firm's voice message system. To me, that may kind of go to where he is mentally. It doesn't seem that a sharp lawyer such as Tom Girardi would do such a thing, which he should know this law firm is going to retain this voicemail. It's going to be used against you in a court of law, and you leave a voicemail. That to me just blows my mind. Edelson knew what was going on and took matters into their own hands and made sure that they retained all this information. This wasn't just deleted. They decided to hold on to this voicemail, especially considering that it has now been introduced into this case. Now, Edelson was also quoted as saying the divorce between Tom and Erika was a, quote, sham attempt to fraudulently protect Tom and Erika's money from those that seek to collect on debts owed by Tom and his law firm, end quote. That is insane. So even Edelson is seeing right through everything. They're seeing right through all the fog and fodder. They are calling it out as they see it. They feel this divorce is nothing more than a sham to protect their assets. And that is horrible. If that's the case, and if that is true, that is horrible. Which brings me to Erika Jayne, because despite all of this, she is continuing business as usual. I mean, in a total business as usual mode. I mean, continuing to film with the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, continuing advertising Savage Fenty items on her Instagram, which she is actually an ambassador for, continuing to post on social media, promoting her line. I mean, where is the sensitivity chip? For me, and I guess that's just for me personally, clearly, I would want to take a step back. I would want to take a moment to just breathe. Maybe she had that moment, I don't know, but it just seems that right now with the constant posting and the types of things that are being posted, which you guys can see here as I'm scrolling through, it just seems that there isn't any type of sensitivity when it comes to this lawsuit. This lawsuit is very serious, and it impacts dozens of families, and it's millions of dollars, and you're just continuing on in a business as usual mode. Have you no shame? That's how I kind of look at it. And, it could be, of course, got to play devil's advocate. Maybe she has taken the time to think about this and process everything that's going on and deciding to continue on, maybe because she feels like she's not guilty in this. We just don't know. But I am curious to know what your comments are on this. What do you guys think about her continuing to constantly post? What do you guys think about Edelson, the law firm, attempting to implicate David Lira and Keith Griffin? There's so much going on, and this is not the end of it. And as always, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, #1 Reality Junkie, where I just dump my reality TV junk right on you. Make sure you guys follow us on all the socials, and until next time, peace.